and welcome back to my channel. My name is Holly. This is She Reads. Today we are going to be doing a massive book haul because I can't stop buying books, even though I haven't been reading lately. Let me show you guys. Oh my god, this is so heavy. This is a huge bag. I don't know if y'all can even see it. It's huge and it's full. So I got a little bit of everything in here. I've got kids books, I've got like teen books, I've got everything. So let's just get into it. Okay, so I have a ton of Babysitter's Little Sisters book here. And my friend Lane, who you guys have seen on my channel before, is such a doll, and she has been keeping her eye out anytime she goes thrifting. She has a channel here on YouTube as well, which I'll link in the description box below. But she goes thrifting a lot over on her channel, and she does a lot of fashion stuff, but anytime she's at the thrift store, she's always looking in the book section for me. And if you guys are new to my channel, or you may not know, I have been trying to collect all of my favorite books as a kid, mostly like chapter books, all the ones that I read as a child. So I've been trying to collect those, and she keeps an eye out for me. So she got me a whole bunch of Babysitter's Little Sister, which are kind of hard to find. I haven't found that many of them. So she like just hit the jackpot, and they're all in really good condition, to be honest with you. They all look like brand new. And of course the pages are yellowed because I'm old and they're old. But yeah, so let's just go right in and show you which ones I got. So I got Babysitter's Little Sister number 10, Karen's Grandmothers. Number 5, Karen's School Picture. Number 8, Karen's Haircut. Number 3, Karen's Worst Day. Number 7, Karen's Birthday. Number 13, Karen's Surprise. Number 14, Karen's New Year. Number 11, Karen's Prize. Number 12, Karen's Ghost. Number 89, Karen's Unicorn. I didn't realize there were that many of them. I might be in trouble trying to collect all these books. Number 6, Karen's Little Sister. Number 9, Karen's Sleepover. And number 4, Karen's Kitty Cat Club. And I used to love these as a kid because all of these like books are about this little girl named Karen, and she has they call her Karen Tutu because she has a set of everything. Her parents are split up, and so she has like a whole life at her dad's and a whole life at her mom's. She has 2 of everything. They call her Karen Tutu. I really related to that because my parents were also split up when I was growing up, and I had 2 of everything too. So I really related with her, and I absolutely loved these books. I never really read the Babysitter's Club too much, but I read Babysitter's Little Sister. So a couple more of the books that Lane got me were Full House. So this is Full House Sisters, Babysitters and Company. So this one is Tanner Babysitting Service. So this one is Stephanie and Michelle, and I absolutely loved Mary-Kate and Ashley growing up. And this looks like this is the screenplay for New York Minute, which was one of their movies when they were older, like later teens, I think 16 or so. They did New York Minute. And this is, an original novel based on Mary-Kate and Ashley's big screen movie. Next, we have a 2-of-a-kind book, and this is number 28, The Dream Date Debate. So this was just basically all the episodes they also had books of. So this is just one of the episodes in book format. And second to last, we have Mary-Kate and Ashley, Our Story. So I think that this is, the official biography. So, just in case I need to learn more about Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen when I'm in my 30s. And lastly, we have The Adventures of Wishbone. Like, I absolutely loved Wishbone books. And it was this little dog that would just get thrown into all these like old adventures, like all of like these classic books that they're basically redoing the classic books for kids to read. And I absolutely loved them growing up. Okay, so now we're going to get into the grown-up books, and we're going to start with some books that I got at a garage sale, actually. So I picked these up for $3 each at a garage sale, and they're in pretty good condition. And this is, I believe, a series by Ellen Hopkins. The first one is called Crank, the second one is called Impulse, and the third one is called Burned. So I will read you guys the synopsis for the first one. It says, Christina is the perfect daughter, gifted high school junior, quiet, never any trouble. Then she meets the monster, Crank, And what begins as a wild ride turns into a struggle for her mind, her soul, her life. So, yeah, and I believe, oh no, they're not. I don't think they are. No. I thought that this was a series, but maybe it's not. I don't think it is. Okay, so that's the first one. So I'll read you the rest of the synopsis, I guess. This one, Impulse, says Tony's painful childhood memories can be quelled only through pills. Vanessa has a secret that keeps her coming back to the blade, and Connor seems to have the perfect life on the outside, but his inward battle with his parents, his peers, and himself give him one last choice: to pull the trigger. These are 3 lives that would have been cut short if not for the hasty intervention by loved ones, or fate. Now they are given a second chance at a better life, but only if they help one another and if they find the strength to let go of their inner demons for good. So this one sounds like it's dealing with some pretty heavy situations here, so interesting. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even read the backs of these because I just assumed these were all a series, but I guess not. So we're finding these 2 out together. This one, Burned, says, raised in a religious yet abusive family, Patton Von Stratton starts asking questions about God, a woman's role, sex, and love. She experiences the first stirrings of passion, but when her father catches her in a compromising position, events spiral out of control. Patton is sent to live with an aunt in the wilds of Nevada to find salvation and redemption. What she finds instead is love and acceptance until she realizes that her old demons will not let her go. Interesting. So the next book that I picked up at that same garage sale, also for $3, was Before I Go to Sleep by S.J. Watson. And this one says it's a thriller. Is there no... You guys, there's no... Why did I pick this up? There's no synopsis on this. What is it about? There's no synopsis on this. I have no idea what it's about or why I even bought it. But apparently it's a thriller, so... The next book I got was also at that same garage sale, and it is The Memory Keeper's Daughter, and I do already have this one, but at least I'm getting a little bit better because I figured when I picked it up that I already had it, but I wasn't 100% sure, and it looked really good, and it was only $3, and I didn't want to think I had it, but then get back here and not have it, and then be mad that I didn't buy it. But it says... on a winter's night in 1964, Dr. David Henry is forced by a blizzard to deliver his own twins. His son, born first, is perfectly healthy, yet when his daughter is born, he sees immediately that she has Down syndrome. Rationalizing it as a need to protect Nora, his wife, he makes a split-second decision that will alter all of their lives forever. He asks his nurse to take the baby away to an institution and never to reveal the secret. But Caroline, the nurse, cannot leave the infant. Instead, she disappears into another city to raise the child herself. So begins this beautifully told story that unfolds over a quarter of a century in which these 2 families, ignorant of each other, are yet bound by the fateful decisions that made that long ago winter night. Nora Henry, who knows only that her daughter died at birth, remains inconsolable. Her grief weighs heavily on their marriage, and Paul, their son, raises himself as best he can in a house grown cold with mourning. Meanwhile, Phoebe, the lost daughter, grows from a sunny child to a vibrant young woman whose mother loves her as fiercely as if she were her own. So this is something a little bit different for me, but it just sounds really, really good. So I picked it up, even though I already have it. Oh, God. So these next 5 books are books that I purchased at my local thrift store, and I've said this many times before, but they always have a deal going on where you buy 4 books, you get the 5th one free. So that is what I did in this situation. So the first book that I got is an Agatha Christie book, By the Pricking of My Thumbs. And Agatha Christie, I mean, every book I've ever read of hers has been amazing. So anytime I see something of hers that I don't have, I snatch it up because it's Agatha Christie. She's the murder mystery queen. The next 2 books are both anthologies. So this is the Penguin Book of Ghost Stories, and this one is Telling Tales. So these are both collections of short stories, and they are both horror stories. So I always love some scary stories. Next is a book called Ghost Walk by Rebecca Stott. And this one says, a Cambridge historian, Elizabeth von Sangle, is found drowned, clutching a glass prism in her hand. The book she was writing about Isaac Newton's involvement with alchemy, the culmination of her lifelong obsession with the 17th century, remains unfinished. When her son Cameron asks his former lover Lydia Brooke to ghostwrite the missing final chapters of his mother's book, Lydia agrees and moves into Elizabeth's house. Soon, Lydia discovers that the shadow of violence that has fallen across present-day Cambridge, which escalates to a series of murders, may have its origins in troubling evidence that Elizabeth's research has unearthed. As Lydia becomes ensnared in a dangerous conspiracy that reawakens ghosts of the past, the 17th century slowly seeps into 21st, with the city of Cambridge to the bridge between them. Ghostwalk centers around a real historical mystery that Rebecca Stott has uncovered involving Newton's alchemy, a stunningly original display of scholarship and imagination, and a gripping story of desire and obsession. Ghostwalk is a rare debut that will change the way most of us think about scientific innovation, the force of history, and time itself. So this one's kind of cool in that it kind of like blends real, like something, a real event, and imagination. So yeah. Sounds creepy though. Sounds good. The last book that I picked up there is called Grave Surprise by Charlaine Harris. And this one says, when I was 15, I was struck by a bolt of lightning through an open window of the trailer where I lived. I recovered mostly. I have a strange spiderweb pattern of red on my torso and right leg, which has episodes of weakness. Sometimes my right hand shakes. I have headaches. I have many fears. And I can find dead people. That was the part that interested the professor. So yeah, I guess this professor starts doing these experiments on him and he sees dead people. So this one sounds really interesting, right up my alley for sure. So now we are back to garage sale finds, and I just got a couple more House of Night novels, ones that I did not have. So I got Destined and Hidden, which is a part of the House of Night novels by PC and Kristen Cast, and I have all the rest of them. I have read quite a few of them, but I definitely need to like restart them because it was years ago that I read, I think, 4 of them. But I probably need to like reread all of them so that it's fresh in my mind what's happening before I start reading them again. So lastly, we're just going to go through a few books that I picked up for my son and for my new daycare. And these were all garage sale finds. So this is just The Great Fairy Tale Classics, Volume 1. And I mean, it speaks for itself. It's The Great Fairy Tale Classics. And then we've got The Gingerbread Man, Disney's Toy Story. Of course, I had to get this one. I've got a Cars book, and once I put some batteries in here, then they'll make some sounds here, and my son is obsessed with cars lately, so he'll love this one for sure. And lastly, I picked up It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, which, classic. Definitely need this one in our collection. So you guys, those are the books that I picked up lately. So let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of them and what your thoughts on them were. And I hope you're having an awesome day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.